Bismillah and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from EMD7M15 Group 7. We want to present an Occupational Safety and Health OSHA implementation at industry, which is Shell Malaysia. This slide will be presented by SAIFUL FAZLI bin JAMALLUDIN, NURUL BINTI MOHAMAD RUZAMI, Shahriman bin Ibrahim, TENGKU FAKHRUDDIN FIRDAUS bin TENGKU MOHAMAD FARIS, and Wan Muhammad ALIF bin Muhammad ROSLAN.
For our mini project, we are focusing on oil and gas industry. Oil and gas industries can be considered as one of the most hazardous sectors since it's associated with many different types of heavy machinery, flammable chemical substances, and many more. Therefore, it is compulsory for any petrol fuel station in Malaysia to comply with the laws such as Act T03 Petroleum Safety Management Act.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurul binti Muhammad RUZAMI and I would like to present about OSH facility and safety equipment exists and should exist on the site. Occupational Safety and Health Administration is responsible to ensure that the place is safe and provide good health to the workers. This protects all employees in all economy-related activities except on board ship and armed force. There are 3 acts governing the oil and gas industry in Malaysia, which is Petroleum Development Act 1974, which is to regulate oil and gas and petrochemical industry in Malaysia. So they apply to all activities regarding oil and gas industry in Malaysia. After that, the Gas and Supply Act 1993, which governs the gas supply through the pipeline to the customer throughout the Malaysia. The third act is the Petroleum Safety Measure Act 1984, which is applicable to the transport, storage and utilization of petroleum with regards to safety matters. Every company needs to provide an adequate safety equipment to comply with OSHA regulation as well as protecting workers and customers. Firstly, the first extinguisher is needed as basic equipment. It will be used to put out small fire to avoid the potential catch fire. So during the site visit, I can see the fire extinguisher are present. Next, the fire and gas detection alarm system. The fire sprinkler placed on the ceiling to detect excess heat that rise up and then execute water sprinkler and can be activated individually. The usage of detected equipment of fire and gas is to alert the alarm system to the presence of fire before it spreading. For safety sign, it is placed on the pump pillar, designed to be big and clear and have simple graphics so it is easy for people to understand and follow the instructions. Next, the fireman switch function as it is will disconnect the high voltage equipment and it obey the electricity standard 1994. The switch is present at the station and placed at the easy access place. For fuel dispenser, it has the approved site that may allow the equipment to be refueled followed by the standard of handling of fuel. The next existing safety feature is the one-way movement. Petrol station has clear entrance and exit sign. The movement of vehicle are in clockwise direction. This is to avoid miscommunication and accident. The air pipe indicator also used as safety features at the petrol station. It is easy to use with simple button as it will make the multiple beep sound and cut off the air pressure automatically when the optimal air pressure is reached. The installation of PA system allow the announcement done to the public for reminder and act as a safety direction during emergency. The electrical installation is not exposed to the mechanical damage and well installed. The function of any electrical equipment is well labeled by indicate their function. Next, proceed to the facility that should exist at the site for the OSHA regulation purpose. During the site visit, we can see that there is no signage for the emergency assembly point for such fire outbreak at the petrol station. The caution signage has been faded and not clear. It is important as it tells the worker and customer about the easily or high flammable substance present at the area which is petrol and need to be renewed as soon as possible for the safety purpose. That's all from me. Thank you.
Hi and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Saiful Fazli bin Jamaluddin and I would like to present about the personal protective equipment (PPE) that is used in Shell petrol station. One of the PPE is face mask. It is used to prevent COVID-19 infection, shield from harmful gas and keep out the airborne contaminant. Safety vest is used to increase visibility, high reflective and protected from flying debris. Next, glove is used to minimize contact while dispensing petrol and protect from sparks and burns. Safety boots used to precautions from fallen things and prevent from damp and slippery floor. Next, I will talk about the maintenance program. Preventive maintenance and corrective maintenance are 2 kinds of maintenance practice. At the Shell, the preventive maintenance that can be found are always inspecting alarm system, check all the transmission lines, and maintenance tank system on time. For the corrective maintenance, repair all the leaking pipe, nozzle, and replace mechanical pump and automatic tank gauging. For the communication tools, it is used to communicate with one another and with customers. There are 3 communication tools that can be found at the Shell petrol station. First, microphone and speaker used to transmit data and the instruction from the counter. Next, fire alarm system is to transmit a warning and trigger the alarm if there any emergency. Walkie-talkie also used to ease the employer from outside to communicate with the counter. Lastly, the safety checklist for the workplace. The safety form cover all the occupational health and detect potential hazard during inspection. The Shell employee also set up a regular safety checklist to increase the safety of the petrol station. Thank you.
To Dr. Fauzi to and all of my fellow friends. My name is Muhammad ALIF and today I would like to present about Part B, type of hazard and prevention method. Chemical composition in a petrol and fuel that consists of hydrogen, carbon and many more can lead to fire and explosion through ignition spark. Therefore, any petrol fuel station need to establish a restricted hazardous area zoning, install complete with appropriate safety equipment in order to counter any possible hazard that happen there. Improper refueling could lead to petrol fuel spillage. Therefore, any petrol fuel station need to provide a rougher surface in order to reduce the possibility of slips. It also need provide a clear safety signage with a proper training in handling fuel spillage to avoid any unwanted hazard. Organic compound in the petrol fuel also can lead to chemical hazard. Therefore, in petrol fuel station, they must always provide PPE to all the working personnel. They also need to identify and classify parameters around the petrol fuel station that are exposed to the chemical hazards. Therefore, any activity without approval from the employer and failure to wear PPE around the parameter will be compound. Transportation hazard also can happen in petrol fuel station due to many contributing factors such as the carelessness of the driver itself and many more. Therefore, petrol fuel station need to implement an advanced traffic management system to monitor the movement of car in and out from the petrol fuel station. They also need to provide a sufficient proper training regarding the process of involving the transferring petrol fuel into the tank to avoid any explosion. Electrical hazard also could happen from lightning strike. Since petrol fuel stations are very vulnerable to lightning strike due to their control system that utilize electrical power, therefore, we need to propose a specific standard for lightning protection system in petrol fuel station. For example, in Germany, they has proposed a specific standard for lightning protection system in petrol fuel station as you can see on the picture in the slide. Robbery cases and longer working shift in a petrol fuel station can lead to stress in the workplace. Therefore, any petrol fuel station need to utilize any security system, especially to combat robbery cases. They also need to manage their manpower effectively in order to avoid any existing working personnel to work longer hours just to cover the manpower.
Assalamualaikum. I am TENGKU FAKHRUDDIN FIRDAUS dan TENGKU Muhammad FARIS will present Part C, Procedure during emergency or injury. Emergency procedure is a plan of actions that need to be conducted when emergency happens, such as accidents or injuries at the premise. It is needed to assure the safety of employees and customers. When emergency happens, emergency response team is the first responder at the premise. They are a team of selected employees. During emergency, ERT can act alone if the situation is under control. If it is out of control, they will call emergency services such as fire services, ambulance and police. Finally, they will notify DOSH and record the accident. Secondly, emergency shut-off is a safety mechanism built as a kill switch to shut down the fuel pump in an emergency situation. Two of the possible situations in Shell petrol station is when the pump has a problem, such as fuel nozzles lever got stuck, which can cause spillage of the fuel. Other than that, the emergency stop button can be used when fire ignition occurs. Next, emergency evacuation is egress from danger or threats. Evacuation procedures when fire ignited at the Shell petrol station starts with activation of fire alarm and call 999. Then, exit the building as accordance to the fire exit plan. ERT must utilize fire extinguisher at the early stage of fire. Report the hazardous condition when the authorities has arrived. Finally, ERT must ensure everyone have exit the building and assemble at the assembly point. Calling for ambulance and medical support is also in an emergency procedure. Firstly, assess the person injury. Determine whether the person has a mild or severe injury. If severe, call ambulance and medical support. Then, if the person needs hospitalization and they are incapacity for carrying out his normal job, report the accident to DOSH. Finally, reporting of accident to DOSH is based on Act 514. Reporting procedure is firstly by identifying the injured person's severity and type of injury. Then, send report using either JKP6 form which involve injury or JKKP7 form which involve poisoning or disease within 7 days calendars. JKP8 form also need to be sent to DOSH by 31st January each year. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So I will continue this presentation for part D, which OSHA management system. So basically, an OSHA management system or SHMS must be in a place for each business or organization in order to develop and improve the company's quality management system. When an organization wants to improve its production, process and provide more realistic outcomes, quality management is a frequent tool used to keep track of the quality of what it produces. For the development and execution of occupational safety and health policies and goals, the OSHMS is a network of linked or interacting parts. It consists of evaluation, action for improvement, planning and implementation, organizing and policy. When it comes to OSHA, Plan, Do, Check, Act is a must. There are some safety procedures that have been applied at the site, like switch off the car when using the petrol pump, do not smoke, or light match during refueling, develop healthy working practices, and always put safety procedure at the first place. In order to keep the workplace safe for customers, each gas station needs its own daily routine. First, impressions are everything, and this is why the gas station's ambient is so crucial to the customer's experience. They had to clean up oil and gas spills on a weekly basis in their job as a gas station attendant. Next, preventive equipment maintenance is the next step. Unnecessary downtime might be caused by malfunctioning equipment. Teach the employees to pay attention to any complaints of malfunctioning gas pumps or other equipment and to take action as soon as possible. For the safety of customers and staff, daily routines must be implemented as a result of COVID-19, such as always keep a mask on, sanitize the common areas where the people touch or interact on a regular basis, and hand sanitizer is always recommended. Employees at gas stations are subjected to risks and health hazards that might have a negative impact on their overall health. So the employees must always wear PPE for the safety, like closed-toed shoes or safety boots, reflector jacket, safety helmet, and always wearing face mask as it is mandatory. Emergency systems are important to take an action for a first response to avoid any injuries. There are some notification, warning, and emergency systems that have been applied at the site, like fire extinguisher, warning, and emergency signs and assembly point. In order to ensure that the 5S framework is learned by workers or staff, the organization must develop a training program. Workplace ethics would be taught as part of this course. Because gasoline is very combustible, fires at gas stations are all too often. For Shell, a fire drill would be an appropriate area of concentration in terms of training. During a fire drill, everyone in the building practices getting out safely in case of an emergency. People and the environment are protected by the Shell commitment and policy on health, security, safety, environment, and social performance, which applies throughout the whole Shell organization. Health, safety, environmental protection, as well as social responsibility are all part of Shell's integrated strategy. This policy and commitment apply to all Shell businesses and their subcontractors, as well as joint ventures as well as their subcontractors.